Today in Bible, students will read about the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. This is in Matthew chapter 27, verses 11 to 66. On tomorrow, I will send a study guide of a review of the lessons, and the test is on Friday. Today for math, students can complete worksheet 5. You can turn that in on this evening. Today in writing, students will create their own sentences. So, number 1, students can create a sentence with a proper noun. Number 2, a sentence with the day of the week. Number 3, a sentence with a thing. Number 4, a sentence with the month of the year. And number 5, a sentence with the season. Please make sure they underline whatever it is that I'm asking them to identify in their sentence. Today in phonics, students will complete their oral test. And so this is how you can set up their loose leaf paper on today. So you can pause the video to set the paper up, and then I'll begin the test. So for part 1, students will write the word that I say. So number 1 word is asleep. Asleep. Number 2, jar. Jar. Number 3, frank. Frank. Number 4, rest. Rest. To repeat them, asleep is number 1, number 2 is jar, number 3 is frank, and number 4 is rest. Part 2, students will write the special sound of the word that I give them. Number 1, what sound says tr like in train? Tr like in train. Number 2, what sound says spool like in splash? Spool like in splash. Number 3, what sound says whir like in worms? Whir like in worms. Number 4, what sound says ow like in out? Ow like in out. And number 5, what sound says ink like in wink? Ink like in wink. Number 1 is tr, number 2 is spool, number 3 is whir, number 4 is ow, and number 5 is ink. Part 3, students will write the spelling word. Just remember that there's a sharp vowel and it ends with a consonant, so make sure you apply the rule before adding the suffix. So number 1 is skipped. I skipped in the park. Skipped. Number 2, rubbing. Mom was rubbing my back. Rubbing. Number 3, pinned. I pinned $1 on the birthday boy. Pinned. Number 4, hopping. The bunny was hopping across the field. Hopping. And number 5, getting. Getting. So number 1 is skipped. Number 2 is rubbing. Number 3 is pinned. Number 4 is hopping. Number 5 is getting. So on part 4, I will say some words, and students have to write the number of syllables that are in each word. So number 1, the word is September. They just have to put how many syllables are in the word. Number 2 is hippopotamus. And number 3 is turkey. Again, number 1 is September. Number 2 is hippopotamus. Number 3 is turkey. After students complete their test, they can do workbook pages 143 and 144 in their books. In reading, students can read pages 110 to 112. Today for spelling, students can review their lists. Today for social studies and science, students can review their pages. Their test will be on Friday.